I think it's pretty safe to say that when it comes to acoustic guitar construction, most people would understand that carbon fiber as a material is both more rugged and more resilient when it comes to weather and humidity change. However, I wanted to take a moment to actually see if carbon fiber could keep up with a solid wood guitar. And so today we're going to go on a little quest to determine just that. We're going to take two very high-end boutique builders carbon fiber guitars, and we're going to shoot those out and compare them up against a high-end acoustic guitar boutique builder made out of traditional solid wood. So to do this accurately, we're going to do this in a controlled space, an acoustically treated space, using high-end microphones and good microphone placement that is consistent through each microphone. So, without any further ado, let's dive right in. McPherson Sable was definitely the smallest in form factor of all these guitars in this video, and due to the fact I'm 5'8", this was a plus for me, just due to its smaller size. Although if you're a taller individual, that might be a big plus for the X-30, as it is the jumbo size in Emerald's lineup. Despite its smaller form factor, the Sable does weigh in at just under 6 pounds, where the X-30 in this video weighs in at 6.3 pounds. It does feel very dense, this one, for its size. In terms of overall playability, McPherson definitely hasn't skimped here. You've got super high quality and solid Schaller tuners, and the frets are beautifully smooth. Neck is very slim in my hand, and the action and setup on this guitar are definitely what I would expect from a boutique guitar builder. While I was super impressed overall with the tone and quality of sound projection coming out of the Sable, it has a beautiful kind of lovely, kind of smooth mellow tone. I did notice a kind of a build-up and boxiness in the 500 to 600 hertz area that I do notice in a lot of cheaper carbon fiber guitars and HPL guitars. And while this would be a pretty easy thing to EQ out and minimize, it's worth considering for sure. The X-30 is definitely the most unique in terms of appearance and feel out of these guitars. It's quite clear that Emerald is kind of going for a very non-traditional guitar and more ergonomic in nature. Even though I said, the Sable was probably a little bit more comfortable for me, the size on this guitar was shockingly comfortable given the fact it's a really large guitar. They've done so much, in terms of rounding off the edges and beveling out all different parts of this guitar that it is actually very ergonomic when you're actually holding it. In terms of these two carbon fiber guitars, I honestly thought that the XC-30 definitely had a lot more of the woodiness that you'd expect out of an actual solid wood guitar. And for that reason, I think it's probably the closer of the two to actually replicating the sound of an acoustic guitar. In terms of playability, I did think that the Sable played a little bit easier for me, but that's not to say that this guitar didn't have exceptional setup and comfortability as well. This does have 510 tuners from Goto, which are super reliable. In fact, you'll see so many luthiers talk really highly of these tuners. What to say about such an incredibly beautiful instrument? This is more the typical kind of model that you would see from McPherson in their, solid wood range. And it's gorgeous, honestly. I mean, this guitar plays beautifully. It's extremely resonant. I mean, by far, McPherson definitely makes some of the most resonant and articulate guitars that I have ever played in the higher end ranges. And I think a lot of this is due to McPherson's cantilevered neck. Where the body meets the neck is floated and not connected to the top wood of the guitar. And so that, in combination with the offset sound hole, that's kind of the signature McPherson look, does contribute to a much longer soundboard to resonate the top side of the guitar. If you're interested in learning more about this particular guitar, I actually did a full-length video on my channel devoted to this guitar. So feel free to watch that. I highly recommend you checking this out. McPherson is, I think, really offering something super unique and special in its own right in the acoustic all solid wood department. So what do you think? Does carbon fiber actually come close to solid wood, or is solid wood still reigning supreme? I know in my personal opinion, I don't think anything will ever replace solid wood as a construction material, But I think there's a lot of places where carbon fiber could be super practical, especially if you live in an area where humidity is a big factor for guitars. But I want to hear from you. So leave me a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. What do you think of carbon fiber? Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you got something out of it. I always love being able to take higher end boutique guitars through their paces, as I think each one of them has their own little bit to offer. So if you enjoy guitar related content, you should smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, because that's what we talk about here. I have a whole bunch of videos planned out for this year, so definitely subscribe to stay tuned for upcoming content. I will see you in the next video.